Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It's actually a pretty nice day here. It's like 60 degrees. Supposed to be up to 70, I think. So yeah, we're living the dream. We're living the dream. Is it loud enough? I think it's loud enough. I don't really like the microphone being in the shot, but I want it to be loud enough. So if my mic's not loud enough, let me know. Gotta get our music going here. Get the vibes right for a little productivity. Stu Cats. What's up, Stu? How are you? First time I've ever seen you in my chat, I think. I don't recognize your username at all, man. So, how you doing? Good to see you. Having yourself a good Tuesday? Fire Spirit. What's up, bro? What's up with you, Fire Spirit? How are you doing? Good? Stu Cats, where are you from? I'm in the United States, in Kansas. If you know where Kansas City is, that's the big city closest to us. What about you, Stu? Where are you from? Fire Spirit. I read Power of Habit 40%. Oh, nice. Yeah, you like that book? Oh man, that is such a great book. That's like I think I had mentioned that on stream, didn't I, at one point? Um someone had recommended what was the book? Atomic Habits by James Clear, which I've also read, which is really good, but I think I had said that I personally had preferred Power of Habit. But super good. Stu Cats, bro, that's not cool. If you want to hang out here, that's fine. But random off-putting comments like that, I'm gonna move y'all right along. I'm sure there's other streams you can go hang out in. Drax Eshon, bro. Drax Eshon, I am Batman. Somehow I just don't believe that. Just don't believe it, man. I don't think Batman would be on YouTube in a random stream. Yeah, just somehow I don't think that's how Batman spends his time. Richard Evans, bloody hell, Steve, you look delicious today. Well, I appreciate that, Richard. That's very kind of you. Dar Arfat, hey, your accent is too good, man. Do I have an accent? I guess to non-Americans, I probably have an accent, huh? Goose, my boy. C. Let's see. Drax, I can't help you find Wonder Woman. Luxrun, yo, what's up, buddy? Nothing much, man. Just hanging out here on a random Tuesday in Kansas, working at the office. Fire Spirit, what you do in office? I very rarely go to our actual office. I primarily only work from home. Occasionally, I go into the office, occasionally, but what I do for work is I'm a software quality engineer. That's what I do for work. So I basically do manual and automated testing for a software company. Cigar, I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. Drax Eshon, no, I'm helping live streamers these days. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't think Batman does that. So, but if you want to think you're Batman, you know, you're entitled to live your life the way you want to live it. Artsy fartsy, bro. Nice comment. I like your little jingle there. Luxrin, you look Australian. Nope, not Australian. Never been to Australia. I'd like to go to Australia though someday. Although, is it true what they say? You know, everything in Australia is trying to kill you. Oh, although I kind of feel like Florida in the United States is a similar situation to that. Dar Arfat, man, what do you do for a living? I am a software quality engineer. So my title is, I think, my official title is senior quality engineer. If you go look at my LinkedIn, um, but basically what I do is I do automated as well as manual testing for a software company, particularly for a web app. Is the type of software we make. Can you do a southern accent? Sorta, kinda. Like I can say y'all. Y'all gonna hang out in the stream today? That's about as southern as it gets. Missouri's weird because like I grew up in southwest Missouri in the United States, if you know where that is for reference. But it's kind of weird because it's like we're right at the cutoff line where like the draw begins, right? Where the draw stops or the draw begins, depending on which way you're looking at it. But the more south you go across the Missouri border towards like Arkansas, Oklahoma, Texas, then the draw gets thicker and thicker. Cigar asked about David. I don't think I know who that is. Does he make movies? Oh yeah, he makes movies. I mean, I like his movies. I don't know much about him as a person, but I like the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo is a great movie. The Killer was a great movie. Fight Club, obviously. I mean, so yeah, I mean, he's obviously a very talented individual. Matthew, how much does your job make? I'm a welder and I make 35 an hour. Hey, that's pretty good, man. So my job is a salary. So I just make a flat yearly annual salary. And it varies. Like the pay I get is probably not representative of what every software quality engineer makes, right? So it's probably not super. I can bench 315. Why can't I be Batman? I mean, okay, so first of all, Drax, if you can bench 315, picks or it didn't happen. Picks or it didn't happen. And if you want to be Batman, you can be Batman. Braden Pyron, yo, what's cracking? Hey, Braden, good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. Have you published any research paper in college? No, I did not do any. I did do research in college. My advisor in college was a cancer researcher. And so we didn't do any specific cancer research, but we did work in the lab. But I didn't publish any research. Have you ever had a run in with the law? Actually, I've got a crazy story to tell you, Brandon. If you want to stick around, I'll tell you a story about my run in with the law. It's pretty wild. Matthew Kondrich, I don't know what you're referring to. SD, Trump liked time to steal Ukrainian mineral resources for myself. SD, you are just like off in left field, man. Matthew, what do you think of northern folk? I mean, all folk are good folk, I guess. I don't have any opinions there. Matthew Condrich, let's go. Keep working, dog. Well, I appreciate the motivation, man. Straw Boney, did you know you can buy a monkey for $400? No, I did not know that. Robin, that's oh, hey, what you looking at? How you doing, man? What's up? Good to see you. Robin, I don't know what the heck you're talking about. Furhan, I think that's how you say your username. Wait, you game, dude? Yeah, for sure I game. I haven't been playing as much lately, but my primary video game is Call of Duty, and I'm very excited for the Verdansk trailer that was released yesterday. Arnold, I research different ethnicities in college. I don't know where you're going with that, Arnold. I'm a little suspicious of you. Matthew, I thank you for talking with me. I really appreciate it. Of course, Matthew. That's what these office hour chat streams are for, man. Can people tell where they from? Kind of cool. Yeah, it is. It actually, Fire Spirit. That's actually been one of the most fun things about doing live streams since the beginning of the year, is finding out like there's people from Serbia that stop in, people from the Czech Republic, Germany. It's kind of cool to see like from I've had lots of people from India that have stopped in to hang out. Furhan, bro, first try, you pronounced my name flawlessly. Good job, man, I guess. Well, Furhan, I do try. So my name is spelled weird. Most people don't know that my name is pronounced Steven. They pronounce it like Stevan or Stevan or some weird combination of that, and so I've always tried to like do my best um, to make a good faith effort, right, to get somebody's name right. And if I don't know how to pronounce it, I try to ask first. Obviously, I can't ask you guys, but Matthew Baumberger, checking in. Good one. Checking in. Let's see. I'm also from the exotic, mysterious place, the Midwest. Stromboni. You know what, Stromboni? I live in Kansas now, but I originally grew up in Southwest Missouri. And you know what? The Midwest can be an exotic and mysterious place. It really can be. I think only people that live here will understand the ways in which that is true. Vikram, calisthenics or weights? Man, both. Why not, right? I do push-ups and pull-ups. I do body weight squats sometimes, but I also like to lift weights. So both, I say. Soppy, hello, Soppy. This is the most intriguing and interesting stream I've come across in a long time. You're doing great, bro. Hey, I appreciate that, Matthew. I don't know if even myself would classify it as intriguing and interesting, but I try to make a good faith effort to have a stream where I just kind of engage and talk with you guys while I work. So it's kind of like a co-working space. I don't know if y'all are working, but we can kind of hang out and chat while we work. Arnold says your name spells Stevan. Yeah, you're right. And people have been, and so my mom's name is Eva, E-V-A, and so they thought when they were naming me, it would be fun to stick her name in the middle of my name. So I blame my mom. Steven, look behind you. There's nothing behind me. I'm from India, but afraid of comment to tell. Oh no, hey man, we've had multiple people that hang out in the stream pretty regularly that are based in India. I think one individual is actually from India, but he's based in Japan, I think. Currently traveling. I think he's traveling. So yeah, man. Bro, I can get that, to be honest, better than Steven, which can also mean Steven. Yeah, true. Yeah. Matthew Baumberger, Manhattan. No, not Manhattan. I've actually never been to Manhattan, Kansas. I may have driven through there at one point, but no, I've never been. I'm near Kansas City, so I'm a little south of Kansas City. Matthew, it's nice to see normal people again. Yeah, I'm just a normal random guy in Kansas. What you looking at? Van. Yeah, I guess you could go with Van. I mean, my close friends and my brother. There's only a few people that actually don't call me Steven, and the people that don't call me Steven call me Steve. But it's really just my brother and some of my friends from high school. Actually, in high school, a lot of people just call me by my last name because I played football. So a lot of people would just say Freeborn. Hey, Freeborn. What's up, Freeborn? Freeborn. Go here, Freeborn. Do that. Fire Spirit. In future, normal will be unique. That's an interesting way to think about it. Yeah, I don't know. I think normalcy's. I mean, the thing is, like, a successful life a lot of times looks like boring normalcy. You know, I mean, someone. Oh, hi, my name is Anita Cox. Well, that's nice to hear from you, Anita. But your username is all kinds of does not line up with your real name. Adreno, tell me about Brazil. I know nothing about Brazil, Adreno. You will have to educate me. Vikram, are you a fitness coach too? I used to be. So I don't currently offer coaching services anymore. I was a personal trainer. I owned a gym from 2011. I didn't own a gym, but I was a personal trainer from 2011 to like 20. It's kind of blurry, right? So I coached people in person for a real long time. I had my own gym. Then after we closed the gym, then I offered coaching services online, and I did that for a few years. And then just recently I decided, you know what? I'm so tired of I've lost the enjoyment of trying to chase people around to do stuff. So I will still write programs for people. That's about it. But if people do want me to write them a program, I do charge a penny for it. COD newbie. What type of dev are you? I would say I'm a web developer. But I've never professionally worked as a web developer, but that's the skill set that I've developed in terms of building things is primarily around web technologies. Sappy. You look like Mark Zuckerberg, but a chubby version. Nice. Yeah, well, I've got a little chub, man. I don't know though if I've never had anyone tell me I look like Zuckerberg, but and also I think now I need a gold chain, right? He's got the gold chain thing going on. Steven, can you turn the camera if you don't mind? I don't know what you're talking about, Chriselle. Love you, homie. Be safe. Keep streaming. Well, I appreciate that, Matthew. Thanks for hanging out, man. Hope you have a great day. Lisa Wainwright, what are you playing? I'm not playing anything. I'm just hanging out. I'm working through a project at work right now that's focused on. It's like a data maintenance script. But while I'm doing that, I'm also reading chat and talking to y'all. Farhan, what do you do for a living? I'm sorry, I missed out about it. But no worries, Dan. I mean, that's what a live stream's kind of like that. People come and go, so I don't, it's normal to repeat myself. So no, no apologies necessary, man. What was I gonna say? What do I do for a living? So my official title is senior quality engineer, and what I do is I basically do manual and automated tests for software, and the piece of software we make is a web app. So that's what I do for a living. Vikram, nice man, multi-talented guy. Yeah, not so much multi-talented. It's just I've spent a lot of time learning about a few things, right? And I fully intend at some point I'll own a gym again. Like, that's part of my retirement plan. Is that couch behind me real? Yeah, it's real. Is there a music, or am I tripping? Yeah, there's music playing. It may be kind of quiet. I can turn it up if you want. Here, I'll turn it up 5. It's just playing in the background real low. Crizel D'Souza. Steven, do you make this chat every day? Not necessarily every day. I don't do an office hour stream every day. I'm trying to become more like on a set schedule. So I'm basically aiming for streaming at 2 o'clock every day, 2 o'clock Central Standard Time. But if I can get that schedule kind of set in place, then I'd also like to try to do an office hour stream kind of earlier in the morning, like 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock, after my kids get out the door to school. So we'll see. I'm still working through. The schedule's hard because it's like work, kids, other things I want to do, other hobbies I have. So I just right now the attitude is trying to make content and trying to do content when it's most convenient, right? Because if it becomes an inconvenience or other things in my life start having to try to take a backseat for the content, that's just not really feasible at the moment. Yep, know that my cousin does that. To be honest, I don't think I know what it is. So for Han, the complexity of testing, there's various complexities, but at the very end of the day, all quality assurance is just making sure that the thing meets the specification, right? If someone said the button should be red, we go make sure the button's red. If someone says when you click the button, it should do this really complex piece of logic, we're just basically validators. And sometimes you validate it using like your manual testing, so you're actually clicking things and looking at stuff, and then other times it's automated. Just depends on what you're doing, what you're building. Ron, play Frank Sinatra while playing Dark Souls, the ultimate death groove. I've never actually played a Dark Souls game, to be honest. I've listened to Frank Sinatra, but I've never played a Dark Souls game. Meep, your mind is blown? Why is your mind blown? Because the couch is real? It's just a couch. What are you talking about, man? It's just a couch. Does it not look real? Uh-oh, Pickles is back. Pickles, I tell you what, that profile picture you have I mean, that's quite the profile picture. It's what's a what is a PC term I could use? It's striking. It's a striking profile picture you have there. Pickles. Yeah, man. You keep coming back to my streams though, so I appreciate it. Uh, and you don't troll me too much. I mean, you do always like to lead with some sort of comment about my appearance, but some would even say handsome. Yeah, I don't. I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So, I mean, if you can believe it, my wife thinks I'm attractive. So, pickles, I have subbed. Nice, thanks, man. J90, howdy. Hey, J90, how are you, man? Bro, how is the life of web development, especially romance? Are you in love? Sappy, that's such a weird question. I don't think romance has a big part of web development. Unless are you asking like, do I love web development? Is that what you're asking, Sappy? Because that was like the most strange way to ask. Do you enjoy web development? Pickles, I spread joy and happiness. Nice. Well, that's a great way to go through life. That should be all of our aims. Code 8. Hi. What's up, Code 8? How are you? First time chatter, I think. I don't think I've ever seen you in one of my streams before. So thanks for stopping in, man. Appreciate it. Hey, Opie, go lay down. Hey, just stopping by to spread some love and positive energy. Love the smile. Keep being you, man. Giving a sub and like to show how support. Have a blessed day, man. Well, Anthony, that's very kind. That's very kind. I hope you have a great day too, Anthony. Thanks for stopping in. Code 8. Any Next.js related open source org? What do you? I don't know what you're talking about, Code 8. Are you saying, like, do I have any Next.js related projects that are open source? Is that what you're asking? Fire Spirit, Berserk. Any idea? I have no idea what you're talking about, Fire Spirit. I don't know what you're talking about. The Art Adventure. Do you watch cricket? I don't. Art Adventure. Do you like cricket? Do you watch cricket? I mean, I like baseball. I played a lot of baseball growing up. Still enjoy it. Code 8. Any good one that I can contribute to? So there's a couple Next.js projects on my GitHub, and I mean, you're welcome to pull them down and experiment with them and add stuff if you want to add stuff, open pull requests, but nothing like, there's nothing I can say, hey, go, there's a feature I want to add to this X thing over here, go and add it. Soppy, so you are a cool person. I have subscribed. Well, I appreciate that, Soppy. And to answer your question, yes, I do love web development. I just love coding and programming in general. Like solving problems with code, it's just one of the best. It's just one of the best activities. It's like, for me, it's like on the same level of working out. Like, I've said this a couple times, but like if AI tomorrow came, like if someone released AI tomorrow that like made human programmers or human coders obsolete, I wouldn't give a shit because I like coding, so I would just still keep coding for the fun of it, for the enjoyment of it. You know? That's just same thing with working out. Like if people if someone was like, hey, we can give you a pill that will make it so you never have to work out again in your entire life, I'd still work out. The art adventure, yeah, India won the champions trophy. Oh, nice. So is cricket the national sport in India? But that's awesome that they won the championship. Very cool. Josh, you seem like you're spamming there. That comment, it makes no fucking sense. Code 8. I was planning for GSOC project proposal for Palisado's Foundation. Huh. I've never heard of any of that, Code 8, but sounds like you have some goals, man, which is great. John Lavelle, an honor. Oh, okay, so John Lavelle, you just get hidden, straight up hidden. There you go. Boom. See you, John. Prasanta Kumar. Hi, sir. How are you? I'm great, man. How are you doing? Cody Olson. Will AI take over the world someday? No, I don't think so. I think AI. I think there's going to be more increasingly. There's going to be an increasing number, and an increasing number of forms of AI that have an increasing level of impact on our lives for moving forward, for sure. But I don't think it's going to take over the world. Okay, Josh, you're getting banned, bruh. See ya. Not aware of GSOC. No, I've never heard of that. Google Summer of Code. Is that what that is? Google Summer of Code. Yoban Josh Jot. Hi. Hello, Yoban. How are you? The art adventure. Nah, there's no national sport in India. Oh, that's too bad. Right? I mean, every country should have a national sport. Although everyone says like baseball is the United States national pastime, which I think is, I think that's great. I love baseball, but honestly, I would prefer football to be the national sport. Ryan Binder, AI is taking over for sure. People thought gas wouldn't last. No, I don't think AI is taking over for sure. I do think AI is going to have an increasing impact, and the types of AI that we interact with every day in our life is probably going to continue to increase. But I do not see a world ruled by AI overlords. I don't see that. Code 8 S. Okay, cool. Yeah, Google Summer of Code. Well, it looks like a cool program, man. I wish you all the best of luck with it. I just don't have anything that you could probably use for that. Oh, I should probably mute the Slack so you guys don't have to continually hear Slack messages. I once studied programming and I found an error in my program. I was frustrated. Here I realized it wasn't my talent. Oh, that's too bad, man. I mean, finding errors in programs and being frustrated by trying to fix them, that pretty much sums up programming and coding in a nutshell a little bit.
This is the teaser for Spider-Man 4.
Nice.
It's basically Tom Holland bonding with the symbiote. That's his first part.
Oh, wow.
Then it'll go on his body, and we'll see the black symbiote of the Stark.
That's wild.
And the Stark suit will become black.
That's wild. Life 100 years from now will be so different. Yes, life will be so different from now. Just like a life 100 years from today was so different, right? When you think of people like my grandparents, right? The time in which they were born, right? The things that they have seen, both good and bad. Code 8. Can you set up Talawa admin an API project locally. I don't know what that is. I'll take a peek, Code 8. Give me 1 sec. I'll go take a look at that. Oh, I was talking to Soppy. So Soppy said he was trying to learn programming and he found an error in his program. He became frustrated and then realized that wasn't his talent. But what's funny about that is like that pretty much summarizes what coding and programming is. It's literally you have a problem, you try to solve it, then you figure out you missed a couple edge cases, then you refocus on how to fix those edge cases or how to account for them. Then you break something and you have to go figure. I mean, it's literally just that is the process of like fixing, like solving, fixing, solving, fixing, solving, fixing, right? And that to me though, that is part of the allure. That problem solving loop is part of what I enjoy about it. Have you ever felt frustrated because of code? Oh, for sure I have. One of the funniest moments I had with code was I basically had this small little API project and I was wiring up some logging. Basically, I was adding some logging, some observability into the project. And for whatever reason, I just could not figure out why it was not working the way it was supposed to be working, right? And this is like a classic. Almost everybody I feel like who has written code or programmed has had this experience. But basically, the problem was I was using a JSON file. That JSON file, I had entered Pascal cased keys, and they should have been camel cased keys. And I lost an hour of my life to that situation. Let's see, Code 8. Talawa admin and API. Let me look at this. I would be happy to make any content you guys would like me to make. I just don't know what this is. Let's see. Talawa is a modular open source project to manage group activities of both nonprofit organizations and businesses. I'm guessing this is what you're referring to, Code 8. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I'm sure I could probably do this. It looks like I need Node. Oh, it looks like they have a Docker. They have a Docker container. That should be super easy to get running. Okay, let me add this to my list of things people have asked me to check out. Sappy says, if you knew, I was frustrated to the point of selling my PC. Yeah, I mean, there are definitely moments like that. I mean, I feel like today, now when I have those moments, those are the moments when I know I need to step away. When I feel myself getting worked up like that or frustrated like that, I need to offload some of the work to my subconscious. I need to go take a walk. I need to go work out. Whatever, read a book, veg out on Netflix. Those are the moments where I know I need to step away. Ryan Bender, what is coding? Ryan, is that a serious question? Jawad, how much time will it take to make a website in Next.js? Jawad, it really depends right on skill set. So, but for me, I would say to get the Next.js like site, like the template set up, to go from like I have nothing locally to I have a running site locally, probably only a few minutes. I mean, you're talking maybe 10 minutes, right? Because you're just basically gonna do an npm, or an npx command to get the Next.js site locally. Now, to actually get a fully fleshed out design with the functionality you want, it's all gonna be dependent on what exactly you want this website for and who's building it for you. Static site, probably a day, right? Soppy, anyway, thanks for your time, sir. I'm going. Yeah, see you, Soppy. Have a good day. Velocco, just wanted to say hi. Watch your previous vid when you were training in your home gym. Yep, I do that occasionally. So yeah, stop back. I mean, you're welcome to hang out here too. But yeah, I'll definitely. There'll be more streams where I'm working out. So if you see those and want to stop in and hang out while I work out, please come again. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for stopping in and saying hi, though. Ryan Bender. Yes, my neighbor does cipher security. How do they know? How do they make money sitting on a computer? Uh, so Ryan, I feel like maybe your questions. I don't know. I'm just gonna take your questions at face value. So like coding is just basically a way of communicating instructions to a computer. Um, and as far as your neighbor doing cipher, I'm guessing it's cyber security. Uh, that's like a whole nother discipline. Like cyber security doesn't necessarily have anything to do with writing code necessarily. Um, but yeah, there's lots of ways to make money from your computer. Dinesh Corey, show your head dent. I mean, it's. I don't know if you can see it. I mean, I wear these headphones a lot, so I'm sure there is a little bit of a dent there. Jawad, from when you are coding, from when you are doing code. I don't know. Like if something like my blog, like if you go to blog.stephenfreeborn.com, something like that, I wrote that in Blazor. But yeah, I could probably get that stood up in a day. A couple days maybe. It all just, I mean, a lot of it depends on, are you going to write tests? Is there rich client-side functionality? Do you need a database? Where are you going to deploy it? I mean, all those things just add into the timeline. So without having that really fleshed out and scoped, it's difficult to give a really hard timeline. But I would be confident that I could get like a simple, you know, blog site up in a day or two. Dinesh Core, using Next.js, yeah, probably the same. It all depends on how much you want to wrangle with the CSS and the design, and then are you going to actually sit down and write tests? Because testing is important, like I think, but testing does add time. It takes time. It takes time, one, to build something in the way that it can be tested, and then it takes time to also test it. And you sometimes end up writing more code to test than the code that you're testing, than the amount of code that you're testing. So, yeah, it's just a thing. Dinesh, oh, it's a coding combo. All in. Yeah, it's really a combo about whatever you want it to be, Corey. It's more just a chat session for people who are subscribed to me and want to hang out and talk. David Griffins, where are you from? I'm from Southwest Missouri in the United States, but currently live in Kansas, near Kansas City. Yellow, happy sober Tuesday. Well, nice, Yellow. I'm glad. Every day is sober for me. I don't partake in alcohol nor drugs. But yeah, happy sober Tuesday to you too. Hobby Jai, do you play games? I do play games. Not as much as I have in the last year or two lately. My main video game I like to play is Call of Duty, but I don't really have much of a squad recently. So I haven't been playing as much. But Verdansk is coming back. They just released their trailer yesterday that they're bringing Verdansk back for a little bit, so I'm excited for that. Josh, let's see. Your sobriety, our support. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say I'm sober because I've never not been sober, right? So I kind of feel like sober implies you at one time weren't and now you are. So I don't know about that. Dinesh Corey, C++ or Java, what you prefer? I've never written any C++. I've never written any Java, so I can't prefer either of those, Dinesh. The languages I primarily use are C# and TypeScript. and a little bit of Python here or there, you know. But I do have it on my list to try to dabble in some Java at some point. Just haven't gotten around to it. What about you, Dinesh? Do you prefer C++ or Java? Where's your heart lie? Jawad, how long have you been coding? Probably seriously for about 4 years. I started taking learning it very seriously in like May of 2021. That's when I really started to pursue the free code camp curriculum. And then obviously those first year, 2 years, right? You're kind of, you're building projects and you're solving problems that kind of have a known scope, and you're following some sort of structured curriculum, maybe some tutorials. And then the last 2 years, I've really kind of just been building things that are more for me and solve my problem and are interesting for what I want to pursue and do. Dinesh Corey, C++ for sure. Okay. Yeah, I've never written any of it, so that's awesome. Dinesh, have you played Elden Ring? I have not. Well, I take that back. I have tried to play it, and I have not made it past like the first 5 minutes of playtime. That kind of a game just does not interest me. Like the like try fail like that. Yeah, it's not for me. But my brother-in-law, my father-in-law, they love that game. They both have beaten it, and I've heard tons of people love it, so I can't knock it. Vladimir, I have no idea what you're saying, Vladimir. Bro Uncanny, hi. Hey, Bro Uncanny, how are you doing? Jawad, how many programming languages do you know? So primarily, so I would say I know. I mean, it depends on if you count HTML and CSS as programming languages. I know some people like to play the semantic games of like they're not languages, right? But the thing is, like, if you want to write web apps, you got to know HTML, you got to know CSS, right? So I know HTML, I know CSS, I know JavaScript, TypeScript. I don't know if you count those as separate or maybe combined. I know C Sharp. I know Python. And those are the languages I would say I can use those, and I can be productive, and I can build stuff. Yeah. I'm Matt. Yo, my bro. Hey, Matt, how are you? I hope you're doing well. I'm doing well, Matt. Thanks for stopping in, man, saying hi. Dinesh says, yeah, game is a headache. Yeah, I don't know. That kind of game doesn't. I am excited about Assassin's Creed Shadows. I love the Assassin's Creed franchise so much. They've had a couple down years the last 2 or 3 years. The last 2 or 3 games have kind of been so, but I'm very excited for Shadows. Shadows looks very good. Bro, Uncanny. Good. Well, yeah, man. I'm glad you're doing well, too. I'm glad you're doing well. And also, I should let you guys know, like, when I say office hour plus chat, I really do mean like office hour. So I've been live for about 45 minutes. I'll probably be live for another 15ish, and then I'll hop. I'll be live again later this afternoon to work on some actual like code and stuff, some side projects. But as far as this stream goes, funny and insightful. Did you play PFS yet? The fight sim with vibe coding that quickly went viral? No, I haven't even heard of that. PFS? PFS. Flight sim? No, I have not heard of this. Also, how are you doing, funny and insightful? Good to see you again, man. Also, try this series of Tomb Raider. Is that's like that game is like lauded for its graphics, right, Dinesh? Funny and insightful. It's made completely by a novice with AI. Oh, that's wonderful. Very cool. Vibe coding. I love that new term. That new term has just recently popped up into my lexicon, into my internet world, like in my feeds and stuff. This whole idea of vibe coding. I think it's so funny. But you know what's funny about that is like people say it's vibe, like they've come up with this term for it. But you know what that is? That's called like a greenfield project, right? Where there's no precedent. You don't have to match existing designs. You don't have to worry about existing logic. You can just whatever you feel, you can build, right? Um, and I feel like that is the perfect application, right, of AI generated code. The problem my thing with AI generated code is when it comes to like when you have an existing project, or you have existing stuff, it's or you have some design you want it to match, it becomes very frustrating trying to like coax the AI into like matching like I've just come to find that like if it's a greenfield application or a greenfield idea, that's a great place to start with Claude or ChatGPT to take me from blank page to something, right? That 0 to 1 problem. But yeah, if it's an existing thing, like I'm matching a date control or I'm matching some sort of form or something, it's not so good. The guy tapped into ChatGPT, Grok 2, and Cursor, made a flight sim from scratch, and he's making too much money now. 1 month old project. That's wild. And I love it. I love that. Good for him. I'm rooting for everybody to win. Dinesh, oh man, this AI is definitely going to take all of our jobs. You know what? Like I said earlier, if AI comes along and they say, you know what, we no longer need human programmers and coders, I mean, it really doesn't bother me. I'm going to keep doing it. I mean, maybe people won't hire me or pay me to do it, but people don't hire or pay me to do it now. So what do I care, right? Jawad, where did you learn coding? Jawad, I made a YouTube video about this. If you want to go to my YouTube channel, there's like a 20-ish minute story time video of me talking about how I learned to code. But the short, kind of the short story or the long story short is um, I got a job with the company I work for now. They make a piece of software. That piece of software uses JavaScript as a formula engine. I went really deep down the rabbit hole of that formula engine, so therefore I kind of like was introduced to this whole world of JavaScript. From there, I went to the Free Code Camp and I followed Free Code Camp's curriculum pretty in depth, and that really what solidified a lot of my education. And then I pursued a lot of learning and experience outside of that through things like Pluralsight and YouTube courses, and so those two things, Pluralsight, Free Code Camp, they really helped me acquire kind of my basic skills of TypeScript, JavaScript, HTML, CSS, C Sharp, and then I've just added to that over time. Whenever I want to, I want to know how to you implement a queue, or I want to know how you build a backend, job scheduling type of function. I want to know how. That's all just like point in time learning, right? Just in time learning, where I'll go on YouTube, I'll read some blogs, and then I'll try to implement it myself. Dinesh says ultimately our only job would be related to production of AI. Well, that'd be fine too. I mean, the AI technologies are very interesting. Sanjit Londe, will AI start giving haircuts? Probably not. I mean, do you know how difficult it is to replicate what the human hand can do? I mean, that's just this piece of machinery, right? This like being able to like do things like this to pick things up and not crush. I mean, it's just it I think it'll be a long time before you have a robotic hand that has the same level of dexterity that would approximate what a human hairdresser can do. Funny and insightful. I'm good, brother. Reading about many things now. The entire gaming industry is going to go upside down. He did what DeepSeek did to ChatGPT throughout conventions of game modeling. The game is called Peter Flight Simulator. Okay. Computer flight simulator. Okay, I'm gonna add this to my list of things to check out on stream. Thanks for the recommendation. Yeah, I mean, I know it's funny because a lot of people are super threatened like by AI and the abilities of AI, and I'm not. Like, I think bring it on. I think it's awesome. I don't think it's gonna have the level of impact or disruption in the near term that everybody claims it will. Like, you have like the CEO of Anthropic talking about like the world is gonna revolutionarily change in the next 18 to 24 months. Like, obviously the guy's super smart. Obviously he knows way more about the technology than me. But as a 31-year-old person who has lived in the world for a while now and has kids, and like, I just don't believe the world changes that fast. Like, maybe it will change in certain sectors and certain locales of the world. Maybe in his circle, the world will change a lot in 18, 24 months. But I don't think that's meaningful unless it really is impacting like my mom. Right? Like, if my mom starts talking about AI, right? Yeah. Dinesh, cyberpunk is gonna happen in real life. Yeah. Hopefully, it's not as dystopian as cyberpunk. Well, we wouldn't be alive till AI take over the world, but fair enough. Yeah. Funny and insightful. I'm honestly worried about AI. I'm not telling it's a bad thing. I'm worried if I can catch up. I'm seeing my job as a systems auditor slipping away. I think that's okay to be worried. Like, I think your concern's valid. I'm not super worried because at this point in my life, I'm 31. I've had like 4 different careers across 4 different industries at this point. And so the idea of changing careers, learning new skills, I'm a learner at heart. To me, that's my meta skill above all meta skills, is I can learn, which feeds into the ability to be a great problem solver. And so whether I'm learning and problem solving about code and programming related things in 10 years, maybe not. But I'm sure I'll find ways to add value to somebody. And I'll do it with whatever the latest tools are. If that's AI, it's AI. If it's not, it's not. Maddox, hi. Hello, Maddox. Good to see you. AI vibe coded game. David Griffins, hi. Where are you from? I'm from Kansas in the United States. If you know where Kansas City, it's near Kansas City. Well, a well-defined AI agent with a plugged-in large enough LM can probably take up a lot of jobs. Maybe. I mean, I've used a lot of AI tools. Like, especially like even for work in the last year and a half, we've been at our company, we've been looking at AI, implementing generative AI, right? And so we've been doing a lot of R&D and prototyping and stuff. And I still just I don't see yet, and maybe it's because it doesn't exist yet. But at this point in time, I don't see a world where you can just turn loose an AI agent and it just does things like a human being does. I think we're a ways from that. I think AI agents can definitely augment us, make us more productive, add value. I think it's a ways away. The acceleration of change and involvement is faster than humans can catch up. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm overly optimistic. I don't know. I'm overly optimistic in the other direction. I think we'll be able to catch up. I think what's happening right now with AI, LLMs, generative AI, all that space, it feels overwhelming right now, in my opinion, because we're at the point of like year 2000 in Web 1, right? There's just all this new tech, all this new stuff coming out all the time, and it feels like it's all changing every day, every month, and it's very overwhelming. A lot of things are going to die. A lot of things are going to die on the vine. Money will dry up. We will have an economic downturn. There will be some winners. There will be a lot of losers. And you know, once we're on the other side of this, I don't think it will feel as overwhelming. That's why I think right now the best thing to do is to try to concentrate your learning and your understanding towards the core of the technologies, right? What is a transformer? How do neural nets work? How are they built? How is training data collected and prepared for these models? That, to me, that's, if you focus on those things, those building blocks, right? I think you'll be better. I think you'll be better off than if you try to keep up with all the latest agents and tools and wrappers and, you know, that's. I mean, obviously, I'm one random guy in Kansas, so I could be completely wrong. But that's my strat at the moment. Maddox, I started listening to DMCA free lo-fi. What you recommended from the last time I watched your stream. I use it all the time for relaxed meditation music. That's awesome, Maddox. Yeah, whoever. I wish I could find the guy who made that site. He doesn't cite himself or anything on that website. It's called Lo-Fi Generator. It's a wonderful site, especially for people like me, content creators or, you know, streamers who need music that's not gonna get them flagged on sites like this. But agree, I use it all the time while I'm working. It's wonderful. Dinesh, rate of employment is gonna decrease for sure now or then. I don't know. I just don't. I'm third. I don't know. I could be vastly underestimating the rate of change. I could be proven wrong. I don't think it's gonna quite change as fast as people pontificate is going to. Same with airship industry. Same with mailing industry with the advent of email, internet-based messaging. Yeah, I guess funny and stuff, but like the the thing is though, could it have a big impact? Is it gonna change a lot? Like, yes, like change is inevitable. I just think like postal workers are still a thing, right? People still, since the dawn of email, people have still made 25, 30, almost 30-year careers out of being postal service workers. So I think while change can happen very rapidly, there's a long tail, right? It's like the whole idea of the Fortran developer, right? There's a very long tail to change. You know, it's not like you flip a switch and then you flip it off and all of a sudden the world's different. No, I don't think you're a doomsday preacher, and I honestly, funny enough, I don't want it to feel like I'm disagreeing with you a ton, because I'm not. Like, I think all your viewpoints are valid. I'm just taking I'm taking a little bit of the over that it's gonna take longer than what everybody feels like it's gonna take now. You know, it's like the light bulb, right? It's like, yeah, the light bulb changed life a lot, but it took a long time for that light bulb to reach, you know, some farmer's house in the middle of Missouri, right? To where it was so ubiquitous. I think there's a very long tail for the adoption, both the adoption of new technology and the felt impacts of that adoption, and the aging and de-adoption or deprecation of old technology. Safin Farouk, why is chat so long? I don't know, man. We're just it's office hour, so we're right at 59 minutes. I'll stay live for a little bit longer, and I've had some really nice people hang out with me and talk, and so I'm very appreciative of it. So I'm just hanging out. I don't know, Safin. I don't know how to Faban. I don't know how to answer that. I think each generation faces a revolutionary job-killing technology. This is ours. We're going to have to adapt and do something else. Yeah, that's true. It took 30 years from 78 to 2000 for email to popularize, 20 years for email to become common, 10 years for smartphones, 5 years for social media, the AI we have now, 2 years to become popular. Yeah, I see the exponential of what you're saying. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, 2 years is fast. I know for a lot of people, 2 years like sounds. There's a lot of people who think 2 years sounds like a long time, but it's really not in the grand scheme of of life in the world. It's just 2 years is like this. Like you blink and it happens. Um, so yeah, I could be proven totally wrong. I could be proven totally wrong. I'm just at this point. I mean, obviously, I'm not completely ignoring it because I'm over here trying to learn about how you build large language models, and I'm trying to stay up to date with what's going on with the foundation models. Hell, I build and maintain a C# SDK for the Anthropic API, so I'm definitely bought into the technology, and I think it's going to be important to understand it. Do you think sentience of AI is a way? I don't think so. I think it's a ways away. I do. I personally am not bought into the hype bros of like, oh, Claude has like a thinking brain. It At the end of the day, these large language models at their heart are still exceptionally good token predictors. And when we interact with them, the game we are playing is what input tokens do I put in to get the input tokens I want out. And I know they're layering in some new technologies with the reasoning models and trying to expand on their capabilities, but at the end of the day, there is no cognition really happening there. And I know people want to try to breathe that into them, but that's not true. It's just not. I don't I don't buy into that. Luis Rivera, bro, do you think you're cool or not? No, I would never self-describe myself as cool. Uh, I am who I am, right? And some people fuck with it, some people don't, and that's okay. All right, guys. I gotta wrap up. I'm at my hour here, so I'm gonna get back to work. A little bit more focused work. So I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. And I will see you in the next stream or the next video or the next short. Okay. Let's see. I'm not talking about the Hollywood iRobot type of thing. I'm talking about the reasoning thinking models that can most resemble human thinking. Well, I think that's a question of debate, right? Are the reasoning models an accurate representation of how humans think? I mean, you start getting into all kinds of meta conversations about conscious. How well do we understand our own conscious? How well do we understand our own brain structure and architecture and how things work? Um, yeah, I don't know. I think the reason models that are being produced are pretty convincing. I think we're a long ways away before we actually have an AI that is a human level of intelligence. Maddox, I agree with you. Mr. Hudson guy. Okay, man, cool. Appreciate you. All right, I'll see you guys. You guys have a great rest of your day.